Well, from our point of view, it's a good opportunity for investors, for founders or company owners to learn about the options around exits. So a lot of the time we find that they don't understand all the opportunities that are available and how much they can increase their wealth by properly managing an exit.
Yeah. So this is where they want to come and learn about that?
That's right. So, one of the things we talk to people about is if they keep running the business and operating, they're only going to see a certain return. But if they're able to seek the right exit or strategic exit, they might be able to, double, for example, the wealth of the company or their own personal wealth. So there's big opportunities here for them to, if they exit in the right way and manage that properly, provide benefit for all our stakeholders.
Cool. So are there some particular techniques and areas you'll be talking about on the day that we should give a little bit of a sneak peek to today?
Yeah, so essentially they need to understand what their options are.
Yep.
And based on those different options, we might go to different investors. So
okay.
selling to a family office might be different from selling to a PE firm or taking them public. So for them to understand how they'd like to move forward is very important, and that that's reflects on the strategy and also the structure that the company might currently be in.
I imagine that over time you've obviously worked on quite a number of exits. Are there some particular things that you've seen over time that really works, and or does it just depend on the situation with individual founders and owners?
I think it depends on each of the opportunities, but one of the big opportunities obviously is to align the stakeholders. So, for example, selling to a private equity firm or selling, into a listing or a reverse takeover can help with all the stakeholders provide liquidity and also help the founder exit. So you're exiting over time rather than going to a business broker and just selling the business. So you can help grow it, manage it, build it, and be part of that exit. Yeah, I guess in my own personal experience, I've been an operating guy in terms of the businesses that I've helped run over time. So they've been private companies, they've been ASX listed. I've worked in private equity, so I've written the $30 million check to take someone out. And so I've seen both sides of the fence. So we're very attuned to helping the founder and their own personal journey, how they would like to move forward, and make sure that that's okay, and those those criteria are met, as well as the vehicle that they're in, which is the company.
Yeah.
So if we get those aligned, it can be a nice exit for both parties. But the personal side, from my point of view, is I've been on both sides of the fence. So I've been subject to takeovers, and I've also written the check. So I know what investors are looking for, and I know what some of the issues are.
I mean, one thing that I've heard other people say in the last few days has been that, well, yes, you have a founder who wants to sell, but on the other hand, that doesn't really happen until we find a buyer who's willing to buy.
Yep.
Is there some truth to that?
Well, I guess there is. And then the other thing is it's about finding the right buyer. So if we can identify that strategic partner that might come in as a cornerstone shareholder and grow the company, or be a strategic, it might be a bolt-on to a private equity firm, they might get a better exit than if they were, if they didn't do those things. So.